was a prosecutor.
Yeah. Where?
Um, in New Orleans, Louisiana, I was a prosecutor, and it was one of the most meaningful learning experiences of my life. I think I entered being a prosecutor with the assumption that everyone who entered being a prosecutor really wanted to make the world a better place. That they were not only concerned about safety, but they were concerned about the person on the other side of the aisle and what was going to happen to them, and they wanted to make sure it was done fairly. It really surprised me when I became a prosecutor that that was not the overall perception of why people became prosecutors. I got slapped in the face a little bit with my naivete of expecting people to assume the best of someone for choosing to engage in government. And it was this great lesson in the way that power is perceived. That the second you've stepped into a role where how well you do your job in many ways determines what somebody's future is going to look like, you have to be so prepared for people to criticize you, criticize that system, criticize everything that you do, and you have to be open to it. I remember sitting down as I started to mature into the job and making this promise to myself that if I'm ever mad at whoever's across the aisle from me, if I'm ever mad at a defendant, I'm done. And I remember making this promise to myself that if I ever feel that I'm being asked to do something that's not ethical, I'm also done. Enforcing the rules is one thing, and taking criticism about those rules is one thing. But compromising my own conduct and compromising my own emotional stability as I'm assessing these cases was beyond what I wanted to do. I found being a prosecutor gave me a perspective that I didn't have as a relatively sheltered young person in the South about the actual consequences of the war on drugs. And the thing that shifted my perspective overall, and it took time, was the gradual realization that so many of the people I saw across the aisle from me should be patients, not prosecuted. These were people who had the great fortune to be born into one of the most advanced medical systems in the world, and the great misfortune of not being in the very small group of people within that system who can actually access it regularly. Those things just did not sit right for me. And I wanted to spend the rest of my career trying to understand how the intersection of finance and the way money moves and technology and the way technologies are deployed unequally resulted in so many people who, in my opinion, should have been receiving medical treatment being prosecuted.